My vision at the beginning of the year for this publication was I wanted to make sure that we had a competitive student-run publication, that all of you would have the chance to write about things that you really cared about and that people at Oswego High School would care about. So I think my expectations have been exceeded. All the students just really wanted to get into it and start producing things, so I let them, and they've completely exceeded my expectations for what this publication would be in its first year, and I know that we're only going to get better from here. Where we are and the time that it's taken us to get here is incredible, and I see the passion of the students who are already a part of it, and I just know that's going to continue with future generations of staff, and I can't wait to see what this publication becomes.
That's it.
4250 is a family. Honestly, like, we spend all day working together.
So 4250 is the school news publication of sorts. So what we do is we produce our own content, we edit our own content, and then we publish our own content onto a website that's updated daily.
It's all online. The cool thing about that is having a website allows us to report in a variety of formats with a variety of media.
We have articles, we have podcasts, we have videos, we have all this cool stuff that you can go look at, oh4250.org.
It's for the students, it's for the parents, it's for administration, for staffers, whoever wants to read it. You know, anyone who's affected by what goes on here at Oswego High School is who we produce for.
You get to explore writing in a way that you haven't in other English classes.
She really lets us do it ourselves, which makes it kind of unique and different, and I think it's very interesting. It's, you know, it kind of gets you ready for a career in this if this is something that you want to do.
We have an opinion section, which is what I run. We have a news section. We have our feature section, sports, arts and entertainment. We have a blog section and a podcast. And then we have our photo section. And you can find all that at oh4250.org.
You get to learn how social media helps us make the news today, how photography composition can help build a story and make it more multidimensional. You learn about video editing and video production. I feel like this class really provides students with an opportunity to explore different talents that most core English classes don't generally look at.
I write a lot for opinions in general.
For me, this class should be more than just a way to get a grade. I want you to work hard because you're proud of the work that you're producing and you're proud to see your name associated with high quality content on 4250's website.
Like, I don't know where I would be without these people. You know, I haven't even known these people that long, but like, everything we do together is just like this bond that we have.
So as an advisor in general, I am feeling stressed all the time. But as an advisor to these specific students, I feel like a proud mother hen just coming in here every day, no matter how much work I have to do, which has been becoming less and less as students take on more responsibilities they're eager to do. I just see the passion in everybody's eyes. I see how much everybody cares about this publication, and again, it's more than I could have ever hoped for. So right now we have a Twitter and we have a Facebook. So the Twitter is at OH42 in numerals 50 spelled out, and that's also the Facebook page. How many views? All right. So on the website, you'll see this figure is not always accurate. It says over 1,000.
Wow, 4250 is so cool. We have t-shirts. First year with full staff. Facebook OHS 4250, like us.
Oh, yes.
Twitter at OHS 4250. Now let's get real.
I can do it.
I honestly really enjoy this class. It stresses me out, if I'm being honest, but I enjoy it and I wouldn't want it to be any other way.
I honestly, it's one of my favorite classes. It's something that, you know, a lot of other people don't get exposure to, and it's not like you're sitting in here learning. Like, yeah, we have a few lessons a week, but that takes up maybe 10, 15 minutes, 20 at the most. And then everything else is you're working on your own stuff. And it's fun because you get to choose what you work on, and it's all stuff that you want to work on, which makes the class very engaging and kind of, I don't want to say easy, but enjoyable.
My average day in class consists of yelling at people. I'm just kidding. Editing, trying to focus, laughing at Jamani and Alex.
My average day in class is usually editing people's papers, helping them out, making sure stuff's getting done, going over stuff with people.
Working on a couple stories, sometimes thinking of ideas. Of course, there's some level of socialization.
I joined because I wish to one day major in broadcasting, whether it's for a radio station or being a writer.
Anyways, I am the sports editor. I edit all the sports content before it gets sent to Riah, who does the editor-in-chief. She is the editor-in-chief, so she looks at every piece that comes in, and then she approves it for publication. My job is just to get it ready for her to approve, and for the sports section, obviously.
We're trying to figure out what we're doing by ourselves, so I feel like that's pretty cool that we're still like keeping it together and not completely falling apart, because that would be terrible, And yeah, we're doing a pretty good job so far.
Until it's published, we go through the meeting, we brainstorm the ideas, and then we assign the topics to people that we think are capable of producing them, and then they construct it, and then they move it to their editor. The editors go through and tell them what needs work or what's really good, and then once the editor approves it, it goes to the editor-in-chief. It goes to Miss Hands, and then if it's good, it gets published, and then we promote it and we try to get people to read it as much as they can.
I've gotten a lot of cool experiences out of it.
Everyone's crazy, but you gotta love it, because hey, what's up?
You don't necessarily have to be interested in going into journalism. It's just something interesting that, like, coming into this year, I wasn't considering a field, but now after doing this class, it's kind of something I might be interested in doing. So, if you're trying to look at new things, or even if you already are interested in journalism, it's something that you should look into doing.
I think I'm most proud of the Lane Berry feature because, it cracked the record for the most views, which means we did. It means we were doing something right. It means we did something right. So I think that, and it had a good impact on her account and the community as well.
I like writing. If you like writing, this is definitely a class that you should take.
I like it. Sure, there's some hard work involved, even though it's like any other class, it's a lot of work. But at the end of the day, it's not horrible. But if you work hard, it shouldn't be that hard for any student in general. Just gotta work hard, put the effort in, and it should be a great class for you.
Put in the work, you have to be willing to put in the work, or else there's no point in being in this classroom.
If you follow a journalist path, well, there's many things you can do.
Because I'm considering going into journalism. For one thing, I like sports broadcasting. I do a lot of sports broadcasting.
Even if you get a journalism degree, or you can probably do political science like I'm going to do in college and go into journalism. There's many things you can do. It's often, even if you do want to do other jobs, there's many skills from this class that apply in other jobs. So I feel like it's good overall, and at the end of the day, you can always go into journalism, political commentary in the future.
Hey, Miss Hands.
Hey. A student can join this class either by taking 21st century journalism. And it's kind of an introductory class to all forms of journalism. You learn about not only how to create the news, but also how to consume news, how to tell fake news apart from real news. That leads into both digital journalism and also yearbook journalism. The other way that you can join digital journalism is there's an application process. If you fill out an application, and hopefully this year I'm going to institute some interviews, so you interview with me, you can join digital journalism. Depending on your qualifications, maybe we can put you in an editorial role, a staff writer role, staff photographer role.
Juniors, seniors, even sophomores. So yeah.